Greetings and salutations! Welcome to the Grand Circus. I'm Bajongles. If you like my stuff, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me over on Twitch at Bajongles1, where I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. I would much appreciate a follow there. Speaking of follow, you can follow me over on my socials, both at Big1 username Bajongles on Bluesky and Tumblr. Much appreciated. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Right, I'm sounding good. If you're here in chat, make sure to say hi. Uh, it's good to see everybody. Today we're gonna be doing more One Piece fan art. And then working on some asset stuff. While I do want to do the model, there's something that I want to get done. So I'm debating on whether or not I want to, keep focusing on the model, get that done, or do the other thing, which is thumbnail art for the Globs of Doom VOD for when that for when that pops up. Uh or 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 Freddy Fazbear. Or we could uh work on thumbnail art for when I start multi-streaming onto YouTube, which won't be for a bit, but Greetings, Eggbot. I love Latina Sonic. Piano, how are you? Uh, man, there's probably about a week's worth of VODs between uh now and like when I start multi-streaming, so I want to do thumbnails so that I have those ready for when that happens. So I might work on that after working on the fan art today. And so I'm going to be starting with the One Piece fan art thumbnail, which I sort of want to reuse what was my banner for a while, which was Bond in the funny Blackbeard writing image. Being an evil dictator does not excuse me from being a feminist, Shadow. Vienna, how's it going? How's it going? Uh oh boy. Uh, I suppose without further ado, I'll get the music on. There we go. Or did I change it to be like that? We'll see how this goes. Marvelous. All right, that sounds wonderful. Man, there's a lot of stuff I want to do, and then it's a constant back and forth like battle with myself on like whether or not I do what I want to do first or what needs to get done immediately first, and they are the same to me in my mind, which makes the debate with myself so difficult. Don't mind me, I'm starting to come down with some sort of illness. Also, if I lose my job because my newfound Sonic Racing Crossroads addiction, then I'm gonna blame you. Just Sonic Race Crossroads in your car, it's fine. It is a good game. I could talk a bit about like my personal opinions on... Well, let me turn my personal volume down. Because the stream, at least to my ears, sounds perfect, but it is loud in my head. It is in my head. The outer wilds are getting inside. Help me. You know, I definitely have some things to say on Sonic Racing Crossroads and like it compared to Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers. And so I guess I'll talk about that while we do the One Piece! The One Piece fan art! There we go. The illness has caught in my throat. The illness is consuming me. There we go. And then turn that on. Then also you. I will find you and obliterate you with my mind powers. And there we go. Now chat is on my phone once again while it's charging. The wonders of technology. But you know, overall, I do really enjoy Sonic Racing Crossworlds. There are some little bits where I'll definitely say I don't find it to be the perfect game. Like, it feels a lot more similar to, Mario Kart than Ring Racers does. And so ultimately it is a more approachable racing game overall. But I find there are certain things that I enjoy about Ring Racers more. Like the items. You know, getting items from the funny, funny basically question mark block, is, a little bit more skill-based. Because, you can either let the timer tick out, or if you time it right, you can basically choose what item. So it feels a little bit less up to chance than Crossroads. And I find the drifting to be a little bit more responsive in Ring Racers. Oh no, literally, yeah, no, I want to run really bad in Crossroads. Listen, I play modded Ring Races most of the time so that I have funny little characters. And I like playing Peppino Spaghetti. And he runs. That's his whole thing, at least the version that I use, is that he runs. And it's like the best thing. I need... Oh boy. Pardon me for being tired. A fun fact, anxiety is a very tiring emotion. Won't go much into that here, but if you've seen the state of the United States, you'd know why anxiety is bigger now. Or, you know, bigger right now, rather. But, you know, with Crossroads, I want running Eggman so bad. Well, no, it depends. It depends on the racer, though. Like, do I think shoes should add to the racer in that sense? No, but I don't want it to like mitigate the racer. You know what I mean? Like Sonic shoes. Sonic running in the race should still have Sonic stats. Oh, you know what? You know what? They should trade for power. They should trade maneuverability, because like I can fully imagine somebody just running can turn way faster than somebody in a car. That is the wrong color crop. Uh, to give a little bit of a sneak peek on the Gloves of Doom thumbnail, uh, I decided to do art for it because it's a little special thing. Uh, and it's something I'm gonna do more often, just in general. And it's this. I find it very cool. I'm gonna close that now. I have played it for one day. I'm not playing it today like you are. I might do that later. I'm riding the high of my continual Rayman obsession. So I've been playing Origins. And also Deep Rock. Oh yeah, yeah. So I was Ring Racers is just like a set of stats, and it's like you don't have separate car stats. It's just you're playing the character and they have the stats they have. So I forgore. There old res. You got the Rayman? God damn it, give him back. He needs to go save the Glade of Dreams. He needs to go defeat insert villain of the game here. Come on, man. All right, there we go. He will be yellow. Why are you yellow? Well, sort of green-ish, because just raw yellow hurts my eyes really bad. Oh, I see. That's valid. Yeah, you know, sometime I want to like go through all the Rayman games. I talked about this yesterday, and like play them on stream because I've never actually played the original like trilogy. Oh yeah, no, Castle Rock. It's been a while since I've played Legends, but I've definitely played it a lot. There, I have a big chin. Huh. There we go. Big Chin Charlie. I know his name is Poppoko. But you know, the Castle Rock is just the best music level, and I don't care if people want to fight me over that. I know I've already won. Oh, Black Betty, oh, bam-a-lam, go, Black Betty, oh, bam-a-lam, Black Betty had a child, bam-a-lam, damn thing gone wild, bam-a-lam, she's so rock city, oh, bam-a-lam, she's always ready, bam-a-lam, whoa, Black Betty, oh, bam-a-lam. I like that song. I need to like actually sing it at karaoke. I keep telling myself I'm gonna sing it at karaoke and then I never do. Because there's always like a bunch of options. What was the redeem? I can't read that. What does it say? Visit the fortune teller? I don't have him ready. I don't have him ready. You're all right, here's your fortune. Here's your fortune. You will find yourself in a drag race. and you'll be shot down by a silly little man. All right. We'll write an IOU down then? Alright, fair enough. I did just give you a fortune in his stead. So, I don't know if what I said is gonna come true, because I don't exactly have authority over the future like the fortune teller. But after the PNG tuber that I'm working on now, which I hate that I had to restart, the fortune teller is next. I don't have very strong cheekbones. I'd never let myself be shot down by a drag king. Ah. Who says letting it happen has anything to do with it? I love my... No, I don't want to go to the help. I constantly misclick because I refuse to use hotkeys when they're slightly less convenient than just pressing a thing. Oh, black radio, bam, lamb. Man, like I said, I don't have authority over the future like the fortune teller does, but it's sort of like how a substitute teacher doesn't really have authority over the classroom because they're only there for like a day. Except for that one time when one of my teachers, she went on maternity leave and then just retired. So our substitute ended up becoming our permanent teacher for that year. That's a separate case though. That just kind of happened. She ended up being a wonderful teacher too, the substitute. So like I don't know. I've traditionally had very good encounters with substitute teachers. I send Rorschach to kill you, actually, so that doesn't happen. But the question is, who watches The Watchmen? I need to actually, like, watch that. I could also read the comics. Honestly, I feel like it's, not better for me, but definitely, more convenient to read the comics. Yeah, that's right. I'm looking directly at you. Yeah. Ah, I see, of course. You see, this lets me only draw one eye. And frankly, who needs two eyes in this economy? The greatest economy on earth, I tell you. And the greatest economy in American history. Oh God, that reminds me. There's something I wanted to talk about for a bit in regards to my home state of Oregon. No, don't erase Poppoko. Is that like, you know, if this is such a great economy and such a great government, then why is Oregon setting up to become completely economically independent from the United States? Like, we can't legally leave the Union, but what we can do... is make it so that we don't need to rely on the federal government, and to make sure that if this type of shit keeps happening, we don't have to fucking care. we It's like, okay, cool, cut federal funding. Okay, we have everything in place already. And so, like, you know, there's a bunch of like roadmaps and upcoming like bills that are being put through the government come February, where it's like, hey, federal government, we're doing our own thing now. And that's cool. That's cool. Because fun fact, if we do it right, we could have a similar level of economy to Norway. And I don't know, I think that's pretty good, especially compared to the horrors, frankly. They used to call you the Drift King back in Mario Kart DS. That checks out. You consistently do pretty good, or did pretty good in Crossroads yesterday. Which, fun fact for anyone else listening, if you want to do multiplayer Mondays, just !Discord in the chat, and then you'll get a link to the Discord. Shameless shill. What do you hear, son? Definitely gotten better at racing games than I had been previously. Because like I said, and honestly, until like my adulthood, no, until high school, I didn't like really have anybody to play racing games with, so I was always going up against the NPCs. And so if you're only going against NPCs, then eventually you just win every time against NPCs because you've just been doing it so much. That sort of is a little bit of a soft cap on your actual like racing game abilities. Hey Luffy, I'm gonna stab you. Hey Luffy, how's it going, buddy? Oh god, that reminds me, I need to take the time and like sit down and like watch the 4Kids dub of One Piece with some friends, because like we started it a while ago and we just haven't gotten back to it. And so like we need to do that again, because it's a great time. It's dog shit. The 4Kids dub is not good. It's very funny. It's very funny, and it's a wonderful time to have with friends. I'm gonna hit Kobe with the doohickey. You better stop. Lego Wham Supreme. Okay, I'm gonna need to figure out how to do this pose, and that is fine. You see, this is all about learning. Ba ba ba. There's the belly ovoid. And that goes to around there-ish. You know, all the NPCs in Mario Kart Wii are still talking about me. I never did manage to unlock Funky Kong though. At least I never used him, because I remember, like, as a kid, like, in that game, I was a big fan of Baby Mario. Like, I don't think at the time I knew where Baby Mario was from. I was just like, man, I love Baby Mario. I'm all about that. Him being in a little stroller as a car is hilarious. And I saw in like Mario Kart 8 when I got my hands on that. Which I don't have a Wii U anymore. There's a little bit of a sad story behind that, but I won't go into that. And I saw that. Oh, the crib car is gone. What's the point of this character then? And then I never played Baby Mario and Mario Kart ever again. I was made damn. I was made very big. I'm gonna actually increase my body size now. Imagine if it was just this easy. Bam, suddenly you're big. Oh, that's me when I become Big the Cat. This dude's actually very muscled in the anime, which is very interesting. Because like in the manga, he's a lot scrawnier. But I kind of like the more dynamic, like, you know, he's a bit more round to go with the square, triangle, and circle sort of shape dynamic. He is still big though, so I'm gonna add a little bit of a belly. A little bit of a belly. Mr. Squidward, do you mind telling me why you drew us kissing? Ah, it's nothing, Mr. Krabs. Ha! I need to widen the body, but not make it taller. The height is good, I think. Wop. There we go. Okay, now he's looking. Now he's looking. You know, on one hand, I would love to play racing games on stream. On the other hand, I would need more than just one friend to play that with, so that like conversation would be interesting. Because I've found that like with racing games is that when people are streaming racing games solo, they have to really be able to carry an entire conversation by themselves. Like it's it's just sort of that type of genre. Like when I'm watching content as a content watcher, I find things like platformers to be more inherently interesting to watch, and I'm not sure why. I think it's just because it feels how to put it, it's less fast paced, usually, but also like more dynamic. Like it feels like more stuff is happening for like the person making the content to fall back on as a conversation topic, while still giving the audience room to breathe in terms of like uh actual like flow of content. Which is part of the reason, I guess, why I don't really like watching people play stuff like Fortnite. Like, uh, a bit of a confession, I play Fortnite with my friends. It is a fun game to play with friends. Uh, it is not one that I enjoy, like, watching. It is abysmal to watch for me, because it's like, all of it is just the same over and over again, which is why I don't think I could play it solo. El plus ratio. Like, oh god, I also want to find a way to play Skylanders uh on stream, but like the original Skylanders are starting to die because it turns out that computer parts don't last forever. And when you put them into figures, the older ones will kind of start to fail. And so I want there to be a way where I can play Skylanders and not have to have failing models. Where I could swap them out in the game and be like, here, I'm playing as this one now. Oh, that song is apparently not a Sonic song at all, but is in Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers for probably my favorite track so far. This is, I don't know, it's like a big band version of a song. Let me pop it up. Uh, Best of Needs. Uh, Neats is a particular like group that does well, I can't read what they say or what they do because it's Japanese. Hold on. Ring Racers. It it's a specific cover of a song from, I forget what. I'm popping it up right now because I need people to see it. From Toho. It's a big band cover of a song from a Toho game. Called Tsuki Tenkei, I think. I think that's pronounced. I'm going to put it in jukebox suggestions right the fuck now. There we go. This song has been in my head forever. Cause I heard it in the Ring Races level, and it's captured my brain. It's very good. Every time YouTube gives me like a music mix where that's the start of it, and this is a glowing review of this song, by the way. A lot of the music in the mix ends up being cowboy bebop music, which is like, I gotta say, some very good music. Fun fact, this is also technically my warm-up for today, so it might not end up being the best. But who knows? Only the shadow knows. What evil lurks in the hearts of men, the shadow knows. That's right, Shadow the Hedgehog. It's me, Shadow the Hedgehog. I know what evil lurks in the hearts of men. Okay, that feels better to me. Yeah, only Epstein knows and he's dead. Yeah, he's dead in something that is way too convenient to not be a cover-up. And we all know this, like, at this point. Like, multiple forensics people and, like, and such, you know, people that like, their job is to deal with crime scenes, or like their former job is to deal with crime scenes, has been like, yeah, there's no way this isn't a cover-up of some kind, because this, and so on and so forth. Do I believe that Epstein deserved, to die? Yes. Yes, I am. Do I feel like it also was a cover-up for awful people that are still alive? Also, yes. Ha! I'm pounding my fist because I'm gonna punch you. I'm actually gonna move it down like here, maybe. And then I can redraw the shoulder. Yeah, that's right, the shoulder. I am not using pose reference for this. This is off the dome, so if it's bad, it's bad. If it's bad, I'll keep fixing it until it's less bad. That's how this works. That's how art works. to sort of have it go down like that. It doesn't matter how actually accurate the this hand is, because I will fix it in the next layer. Welcome to my lair. Thank you, Weasley. Very cool. I know directly in front of him is gonna be Kobe, so I might once again not draw feet. You know, if you could get away with not drawing something you'd rather not draw, then go for it, I guess. Hold on, let me move you. Go to that. Wait, no, I need to... You need to be in the right spot, actually. You want my files? You can have them. I left them all there, on the island, in one piece. I keep making the same mistake. Have you ever heard the definition of insanity? I sure have. Have you ever heard the definition of insanity? The One Piece is just the Epstein files. That's why the world government is so adamant about like trying to stop people from getting them. It's the truth about the Void Century, the Epstein files. All right, there we go. His shirt is actually very form-fitting for a loose shirt. You think you could just come in here, destroy a tyrannical regime, and then eat all our food all Luffy Goofy? Luffy and Goofy walking in. Monkey D. Luffy, I'm gonna kill you. I have the kills you fruit. And then it actually like fades out like that. I feel like somebody's trying to sell me something. I look behind me and it's you with Homestuck in your hand. It is like, hello, Mario. Today we're gonna learn about... Today we're gonna learn about the Homestuck. We're gonna learn about Homestuck and how, despite it being poorly written, how it gained a massive fandom. And I do believe it was poorly written. I know enough about it to go, wait a minute, what the fuck? And I've heard from other Homestuck fans that are like, yeah, no, it's very poorly written. And they're the fans. They're the ones that like the media. Okay, there we go. I guess I might be spoiled because Oda's just like a good writer. But like, I don't know. One Piece is good. One Piece is good. I enjoy it. More people should get into it. I am throwing stones in a glass house. However, I am going perfectly through the open window, so I'm fine. That'd be an insult to other poorly written pieces of media. True, of course. Like a lot of the Warhammer books. Like how do I put this? There is some absolute peak fiction in Warhammer novels. There's also some absolute dog shit. I am not excited to read War of the Beast. Is the lore interesting? Yes. Do I already know the lore that happens around the War of the Beast? Yes. I already know it very well, actually. Am I accidentally doing this in the free run angle? You know the free run angle. I'm gonna pop it in place like regardless. And this is by the way absolutely not insulting this artist. They were asking for art help in this original post, and like they have a lot of strong art foundations. This is just a really hard angle. Well, I didn't mean for it to be in the specific angle. I was just kind of bullshitting my way through it. You know, this one. There are some strong art foundations in this. But also I saw recently, in the anime. Open image in the tab. Found it. Like, obviously, the people that work on Freerun know of the angle, and I just want to show this for a moment, which is why I'm like, I am. Where is it? I put it in there. Insert as a new layer. There we go. There it is. Canonically, this is how Freerun looks at that angle, actually, is very round. Your head is shaped like beach ball. This is very good. We love free run in this house. Can you find me a better autistic adoptive mother in media? It's kind of hard to find, but you might be able to. I don't know. I'm not denying the possibility. I'm just saying it's hard to find. But interestingly enough, like with the free run angle, like art trend that's been happening, is that it's an angle that I like to draw in. And I like, not to say that it's one that I'm good at. That's an entirely separate claim that I will not be making on this day. I will not be making that claim because that's not one that I can, frankly, substantiate. It's not one that I can knowingly, like with knowledge of my abilities, say honestly. But I can say, like I said, I enjoy drawing at this angle. It is one that I find myself drawing a fair bit, or at least similar angles. And part of the reason is the like under the chin, like the transition between the neck and the head is really hard to draw, and I want to draw it well. And so I've had months of practice at this point. Over a year of practice, I think. I'll figure this. I'll figure this muscle out in shading. That feels the same as we'll fix it in post. That is the illustrator's version of we'll fix it in post. No. Fix it in post is no. I'll fix it in rendering. For me, rendering is not a specific art step. Like, it's not a specific step in art. It is a thing that just happens over time as other steps happen. Like, how do I put this? I've seen artists that I believe are fully better than me go from like a sketch, a base color, shading, all that, and then they go to the rendering step, and it's like, man, you just like changed a lot of that, huh? And like, for me, I don't really have the patience for that, because that doesn't feel like a lot of progress is being made. I like feeling like I have how do I put it? Like literally, I'm trying to find the words. I like to feel like stuff is getting done. And so if I do Like, if I make my art in a way that feels like I'm not getting anywhere, I'm going to quit. Like, no matter how much I want to continue the piece, if I don't feel like I'm making progress, if I don't feel like my effort is being put in a good direction, then I cannot continue on something. And it's probably a large part due to ADHD, whatever, but like it's still, that is a fact. And that definitely affects how my art is made. And in some ways, I think is a good thing because it's pushed me to try and practice making my art faster. Because it's like, you know, if I get done with a piece sooner, then like I'll be able to obviously feel progress because it's done. Which is sort of part of the reason why I want to at least, you know, I've wanted to at least try and get done with, you know, all the way from sketch to line art and like flat color once per, like one character per stream for this, and then do the shading in the next one, and then and the coloring, and then maybe some final touches if those are like really needed. Is doing it in this way makes it feel like stuff is actually getting done. He looks like he would make a mean barbecue. Like he'd make up some real mean like barbecued ribs. Like the way I'm doing it here, he looks like he has a proprietary like barbecue rub. And that it is going to beat you to shit and you're gonna thank him for it. You know, like that spicy shit that still has like good flavor to it. That's the thing I don't like, and this is a thing that like a lot of other white Americans TM, like it feels like we gravitate to it like a moth to a flame. It's just pure spice, like spice with no substance. It's like I don't want a Ghost Reaper. I don't want a pepper that's gonna beat my ass and isn't even gonna like add anything to the dish. Right? I like spice. Can I handle spice? No, but the nature of man is hubris, so. Yeah, the nature of man is hubris, so I try and have spice anyways, regardless of how well I can handle it. There is like a single hair on my tongue, and it's a big sensory issue. Now that reminds me. Even if I didn't have any sort of diagnoses, it would be very obvious that I'm on some sort of spectrum. Because I had an entire conversation with my mom the other day while we were on a walk. Like talking about like how through I wear boots, right? I like wearing boots. That's the footwear I enjoy. That through my boots I can feel the ground under my feet. And that I have a tiered preference. Like I have tiered preferences on what sort of surfaces I like and don't like to walk on. And there is no neurotypical like explanation for that. I too like spice. I love how it makes me pretty. Yeah, exactly, exactly. The spice must flow. We do know this. I won't say where my grandma's moving for obvious reasons. But the place where my grandma is moving has a deck that is like, it's structurally sound, but it is hollow. And I can feel its hollowness, and it makes me feel so bad to walk on that deck. That is like legitimately the only issue I have with that place. It's a nice, very diverse neighborhood. I've been watching like its development closely. Uh, it definitely feels like it's gotten better without falling into a lot of the traps that gentrification falls into. Right, like a lot of the people in that neighborhood are not being pushed out, they're just being given more and better opportunities. It's very good to see. Uh, there's a bunch of like local places that have popped up in like this space that has been given to small local vendors. It's very nice. There's like a whole courtyard for events and stuff like that. Mind you, this is in a city with 100,000 people, so not that many people, and not that much money to like do massive projects. Very nice, a very nice neighborhood. The fucking patios, not the patios. The decks, like the decks, multi-story decks. Why am I gone? Where'd I go? Sorry about that. How long was I like gone on screen for? Because fun fact, here's but you know, fun fact, this is the same model that I have different costumes on for. Yeah. And but you know, for this one is for the Globs of Doom. They have returned, and this is just my normal one. And if I press 3, it's gone. I'm gonna need to fix that real quick, just so that I don't make that mistake again. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. There we go. You're seeing me do shit live. Fuck it, we're doing it live. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That is fixed. And like the thing is with this building too, it's well made overall. And I like the style that they went for. It's not just like basic corporate gray bullshit. It's colorful, it's nice, it's inviting. It still feels modern, but like has soul to it. It's following like local design trends that have been happening. As it's good. It is a good building. Why are the decks hollow? Like they've like steel like frameworks in them, and like solid material around them, but then they're hollow. I can feel it. It's so bad. Everything else about it is good, so like I'm not gonna like actually complain to her too much because it's not a deal breaker. Like it's right next to public transportation. Because the Soul Reapers didn't get to them in time? Ah, fair enough. Nah, you gotta watch out for the Soul Reapers. Like, local governance in this state is actually doing relatively good right now. I would love for them to ban AI data centers. I talked about this on Blue Sky, because like my governor has a Blue Sky account, and I added her, but I know that she's not gonna respond because she's the fucking governor. And like talking about this like whole the roadmap thing that she was talking about of making our state economically independent, right? But like, you know, it'd be nice if you know, AI was not a part of that. Because this state cares a lot about its people and its environment, and AI is negatively impacting both things, just in general. It negatively impacts the environment, and it negatively impacts the people. I might call her office and like respectfully bring this up, because ultimately I think she's doing good work. I voted for her. She's more or less doing what I thought she would be doing, which is good but not necessarily enough. And it feels like she and my mayor. I won't discuss who the mayor is. Like sort of have the same kind of message where they're like, we want to actually make this place a good place to come and raise a family and you know, work and just sort of live and be. And it's like, yes, that is good. That is good. And it seems like they're actually doing some stuff. I just wish they'd do a little bit more. And there's some stuff there's only so much you can do in some cases, but also I'm sorry that sometimes it's a popular point in conversation in terms of like our stuff. And I apologize that we use your country as a benchmark for stuff. It's like, hey, we're about the size of Norway. Why can't we have what they have? And I don't know. The conditions are different, right? So it's but you know, still, why can't we have stuff like that? Our state has public tax-funded healthcare. Fun fact. Like, that's not a federal thing. That's a state thing. It's underfunded, but we have it. We have the Oregon Health Plan. I believe that's what it's called. And like, we have, okay, public transport. You know, a lot of it is like, hey, these countries that are the same size as us have good things. We should have good things too. God, that reminds me, I would love to see some of the stuff that Mamdani does over here. Use it all on oregano. Ah, of course. Of course. Yeah, no, yeah, no. Yeah, you know us, always smoking oregano, calling it weed. Your kid asks to smoke if they can smoke weed, so you roll up a bunch of oregano and tell them it's weed. Is weed legal in Norway? I could probably, like, just look it up, but you're right here. Oh, I see. Yeah, you know, it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that you don't, that weed's not legal. You know, as somebody who doesn't smoke it and doesn't intend to, because, I got high secondhand from it during high school, and, I realized my fucking anxiety does not play well with cannabis. It just doesn't. So I'm gonna avoid it in the future, just cause doesn't feel great. Okay, how. I'm Woody. Howdy, 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 howdy. I tell you though, and this is just like a personal opinion thing. I prefer the smell of somebody smoking weed to somebody smoking tobacco. Like I've got to be honest. Like part of that is a personal a personal association with tobacco that's not very positive, but still, that doesn't mean my feelings are any less valid. God, that reminds me. I fucking love my little guy, my little devil guy. Where is he? From the Chainsaw Man D&D game that I'm currently playing, and I need to find him. It's in L. In the last session, I turned into a little like smoke guy. To like keep an eye on Denji in case anything goes wrong. Things are fine. Not done with him, but this is him as a little smoke spray. Just I'm a little Septimo. Just a joke during the session is it is like us just going I'm a little Septimo. And Septimo is actually heavily based off of what's his name, Hexus or something from Ferngully. Call it toxic love. As it rain. That guy, the man. Hexus. I just want to show him off because he's such a guy. Me when I'm gay ass Smog. Me when I'm gay ass Smog. I hate to say it, but I may make him less fat. I know, a tragedy. On this day, we mourn the loss. But still, I feel like it may be the best thing to do, you know? It's, you know, really, it's like losing a part of the family, you know? Maybe one that wasn't the best in life, but you're still gonna miss them, you know? I'm starting to think, and I need to like actually test my theory. Like I'm starting to think that maybe countries that are as big as the US and Russia and China, like in actual land size, I mean, are just inherently less sustainable than ones that are smaller. Because like I don't know, there's been a lot of turmoil in the world that's been caused like in modern history by large empire that end up falling in like a manner of decades rather than centuries. And like China is doing great right now. I wonder how long that'll last. Because nothing lasts forever. That's not a moral, like, I don't know. I live in the United States. There is nothing I could say about how China runs itself that could not either be, yeah, it's better than the US, or yeah, the US does that. So I have no moral high ground to stand on. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how stable things are. This motherfucker wearing jeans. Yep, knew exactly what song would be playing. I was waiting with bated breath to see if I was correct on this matter. Also, people are celebrating that Bavino, you know, the fascist fuck that was at the head of ICE operations in Minneapolis. Like they're celebrating that, like, oh man, he's been demoted, he's gone. When it's like, yeah, and ICE is still there. ICE hasn't been abolished, it's still terrorizing people. I'll celebrate when it's gone. There we go. All right, there was something a little bit wrong with this with this leg, but I think I may have fixed it. friend sent an image in the art channel in my personal friend server. Oh, those are good. One of them was a pretty goblin lady. I enjoy that piece a lot. It's very nice. I don't know who that reminds me of, but it reminds me of somebody. I will not show for friends' privacy's sake. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Oh, you know what would be fun? Like as a game to make? You know what would be really fun? Uh, uh like a mascot horror thing in the vein of Five Nights at Freddy's. But it's all clowns. It's all clowns and it's a carnival. And like the tasks, quote unquote, are like going through the carnival games. Right, like, oh, at a certain time you have to complete this mini game. You have to if you don't dunk the clown, you know, like one of those big dunking things. If you don't dunk them before this time, you'll have to deal with them getting out of the fucking doohickey and getting you. Like that could be cool. Hey, it's me, Poppoko. No, it's not Poppoko. It's hey, it's me, Poppoko. I'm here to kill you. And then I think, okay, I can lower this one down to like 75. And I can merge you down right there. Splendid. All right, and here's what I'm gonna do, gamers. I am going to BRB. Bam, 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 bam. And then once I'm back, we'll get to do the actual line art for him, and then doing the like flat gray. And then once we finish that, we'll be moving on to doing fun asset stuff where I'll decide exactly what I want to do, if I want to do, like what kind of thumbnail I want to do. So with that, sit back, relax, enjoy the music, maybe get up, get a snack, get a drink, both of which are of your choice. Stretch your legs. I will return shortly. I am in a tangle of my own making. Oh, great heavens. Alright, gamers, I've returned. It's good to see you. Hello. Let me get a sip of my water and then we'll continue. There we go. Alrighty. My thirst is quenched. Then the clown drank the water. Sketch. And then you. What is a man but a miserable pile of fan art? Alright, so now I need to glam. I think I figured out which thing I want to do for funny asset time. Like today, which I'm not gonna finish today, obviously, but you know, uh, like I think I figured out which one I want to do because a wrong brush, though that's not a bad brush. It's just not it switching it now wouldn't fit with any of the other figures. There we go. I think what I want to do is do the featured thumbnail image for like the One Piece fan art stuff. Because one, it still fits in the theme of everything, and two, uh, I've already started uh the Globs of Doom thumbnail. Through the stars and by candy bars, it's a kid with an knack for invention, a superpowered mind, a mechanical canine, sure to save the day from pure destruction. This is a theme song of Jimmy Neutron. Da 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 da. That's your body. Hunger comes from your body. Get off me. Da 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 da. I've definitely brought this up before, but it's something I want to talk about again because, like, the Alvida Pirates. Is what's interesting is that the more the show goes on, or not the show, more the manga goes on, here it goes to show, like, it shows more and more both like the aspects that Luffy needs to hold within himself to be the king of the pirates, right? Because like he doesn't want to control people. He wants to be the freest man on the planet. But he's also finding out that, sometimes you need to lead, which is a big balancing act. But that's a separate thing. Like, both shows the aspects that he needs to hold within himself to be a good leader, and also is showing exactly what a bad leader looks like more and more as like the series goes on. So, like, for instance, Blackbeard. Blackbeard holds within him many qualities that Luffy also possesses, but is so much like just not Luffy. And that's why I think him and Buggy, of course, him and Buggy, besides Luffy, are the closest people to becoming the king of the pirates, TM. Without, like, actually making the final step. Because if they were able to make the final step, then they'd be a lot more like Luffy. And Buggy over time has sort of been a testing ground for this almost. Or like over time, every time we see him, he becomes more and more in line with somebody who would like be respected fully by Luffy, right? Like it lack of a better term, it's a redemption arc. We've been seeing Buggy go through a redemption arc this entire time. Failing upwards, becoming the sort of leader that like he pretends to be. Right? Like accentuating the parts of himself that people ever since the beginning wanted to follow him for. Right? Like, you know, they wanted to follow him at the beginning. His crew loves him, but he, you know, just had some parts of himself that were bad. And so, you know, I kind of think that Buggy will end up not actually an enemy of Luffy. Definitely more of a rival. Like he feels definitely more in line with like the role of rival now than villain. Because like he's taking hold of the legacy of Roger that he has and realizing like why he fucking hates Shanks now. And hate is not the opposite of love, obviously. So he still very much cares for Shanks. I do think in a better world where Shanks didn't wait, and you know Buggy did, you know him and Buggy did set out on the seas together to be pirates. I feel like they would be making out sloppy style. But that's not the world we live in. We live in the One Piece world. Or we live in the real world, but they live in the One Piece world that exists, that we are seeing. And that world is not one that has them doing that, and Buggy has to take charge of his own destiny. I feel like a Buggy taking charge of his own destiny is really what he's needed to become a better person. He's already a great character. Right? He is already a wonderful character. I enjoy him a lot. I enjoy him a lot. Whoop. I also like Usopp a lot. I feel like Usopp, like I would love Usopp to get a bit more of a forefront, like be more in the forefront rather. I'd love him to have a larger role here in Elbaf, and I hope he's gonna get the chance to have that. Ah, splendid, more water. Water, earth, fire, air. These four elements live together in harmony. Then everything changed when Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. Fun fact, I don't actually remember like the exact ending bit of that as well as I do the rest of that. So, you know what I could play from the PS2? The Toy Story 2 video game. hold on. Let me see if Toy Story 3 is also a PS2 game, because I played it on the Wii, and there were, like, all throughout the Wii's life, like, were a lot of PS2 ports. Like, I feel like a lot of, dual ports for the Wii and the PlayStation 2, like, kept the PlayStation 2 going long after, the PS3 came out. Toy Story 3 for the PS2. Toy Story 3, the video game. Toy Story 3, the video game, is a Disney Interactive Studios platform video game based on Toy Story 3. The game was released in June 15th, 2010 for Wii, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, Nintendo DS, PSP, and PC. So, I would play it on the PS2. I have it for the Wii, fun fact. I think I still have it, and I have a Wii. I just don't want to get a capture card. Oh, let me see. Buddy, Jesse, and Buzz are playable characters in this game. Yes, I'm aware. I'm aware. But you know, the reason why the Wii and the PS2 had so many like cross-platform ports with one another is that like in terms of specs, they were actually really similar. So a lot of what you could do on the Wii, you could also do on the PlayStation 2. And so while the actual architecture was different, like beyond that, you wouldn't be missing much by porting a Wii game to the PS2 or vice versa. I'm gonna have to look into this game for the PS2. Toy Story, Story 3, PS2. And because I have a totally official, don't worry about it, PS2 game console, and of course a totally legitimate Toy Story 3 PS2 game disc, buy now at your local retailer, uh, I'll be able to stream it at like my quality just from, you know, how, because it's the it's the raw game ROM. I will check that out later. I have that video open now, but I will watch it later. Like I would love to play through a lot of my childhood games. The ones that are not exclusive to consoles that I would have to either get a capture card for or emulation. Like if I can find a port that's good that I have better access to, like for instance PlayStation 2, then that would be great. That would be great to play. To me, PlayStation, Toy Story 3 for the PS2, or not PS2, Toy Story 3 for the Wii, like just it felt good to play. I remember, like I loved that game. I fucking loved that game. Oh, I'm so intrigued. Oh boy. All right. I keep getting distracted. I need somebody to rein me in. I need somebody to lasso me and tie me to a post so that I do not escape. Maybe Evil Dr. Porkchop from Toy Story 3, the video game. I hope the PS2 port didn't have too many differences from the Wii port, because I want to be like, oh, I remember that. Hey, look at that. That's what I remember. Look at that. Because fun fact, there are specific parts of Toy Story 3 for the Wii that are going to inspire my game. Namely the Buzz Lightyear sections. God, I could play that next. I could play that at any time. Oh god, I could play that at any time. Oh man, oh boy. Oh, boyest of boys. Oh yeah. I'm gonna lower the volume of the music just a little bit. By a little bit, I mean go from 50 to 40. There we go. Splendid. Ah. Obviously, I want to also play the other Nicktoons Unite games for the PlayStation 2. I don't want to do any of their other ports because, I want to play the God of War games. I might get another one of my friends on once they have better mic and internet. To do Devil May Cry. Because, yeah, they are a big Devil May Cry fan. They are the only one that that knows if the devil cries. All I know is the devil may cry. Did I bring up wanting to play the God of War games, like the first two? Because that'd be cool. And also playing them in a way that like makes them feel like how they were originally meant to be played. Is cool because of course, you know, as you know, I have an official PS2 console getting out your local retailer. Don't worry about it. Obviously, it goes at its original resolution, and not like seeing the raw the raw files of the game on a modern you know, through modern hardware and software, which like while adding a lot of stuff, like I feel like I feel like it definitely added a lot of good to pardon me for being tired. I definitely feel like it added a lot of good to the Globs of Doom. There are games where like they were absolutely built, like deep built for the hardware, you know, like God of War. And especially God of War 2, because like at that point the PS3 was out. But they did God of War 2 on the PS2 anyways, because like they knew the system and They milked that knowledge for all they had, and I feel like it made for the common consensus, I mean, is that it made for a superior, um, superior experience. I'm being I am being pulled back. I'm being pulled in. Oh god, yeah, the Woody's Roundup part. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I need to keep working on this. I need to keep working on this. I want to keep working on this. I am getting distracted by excitement. Toy Story video game, because I think I might also want to try and go for Toy Story 1, the video game, because I've heard it's also pretty good. I also heard it's pretty decent. I want to... I do not care for gameplay, Woody, where was it ported? Published by, for Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Game Boy, and Microsoft Windows. Okay, so Toy Story 1, the video game, was... its own thing. Alright. And you know what? I don't have to play every game in a series if I don't want to for these games, because I sure didn't as a kid. I haven't even played Toy Story 2, the video game. I haven't played that yet. That's not a game I grew up with, and I'm looking forward to it, considering people are like, this is the best movie tie-in video game. Which I would love to get my hands on like as many tie-in games as possible. And play the good ones. I want to play the good ones, the ones that people like, the ones I remember liking. Like I enjoyed Globs of Doom. It scratched a particular itch, and now I realize that I want more of that. Yeah, I realize I want more of that, and so you guys are gonna get more. I also want to play the ones that are like bad. I want to play the ones that are like really funny bad. Like I want to play a Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius game where Cindy gets like uh kidnapped by aliens, and then Jimmy's just like, women. I want to play the dog shit Polar Express game. You know, I want to play these types of stupid ass tie-in games, because you don't get them much anymore from what I've seen. modern tie-in video games. The modern licensed video games. Alright, there we go. Ah, yeah, the golden age, the golden age, the golden age, I know. No, that's films based on video games. I want video games based on movies. Oh man, that's a shame. Yeah, I don't. Frankly, I do not care. I know about the Minecraft movie. Oh, that's also something I could probably. Oh god, I would absolutely need a capture card for is playing the Minecraft story mode, because I have both. I have both seasons. I have them on disc for Xbox 360. Oh god, my oh dear god. No. No, what happened? There we go. I had to unplug and replug in my mouse, I guess. That is cool. Thank you. Wow. Alright, there we go for that. Bam! Like, I'd love to have Skylanders, but not with all the figures. I cannot afford to get all the figures that I had as a kid back, because a lot of them are rare now, and I don't have them anymore, because I was like, yeah, I'm tired of Skylanders. I don't need these models anymore. And now I'm in a nostalgia kick and a content creation kick where it would be great to have them. And I just don't. They're gone. Even my Imaginators. Dear God. I'll bark and I'll bite. Like, Tree Rex. Yeah, that was cool. He came with just the box set, so of course I had him, but he was good. He was a regular of he was a regular Skylander in my repertoire in Giants. I could play him in Imaginators too, by the way. Like that, there's forwards compatibility with those models. There was some power creep, so he wasn't exactly good-ish. But you know, I could play him. I could play him. I could also play, what was his name? He's the whale guy. He's the one that's really expensive. Skylanders. Games. No. Model. Would Skylanders toys succeed without the video game? Absolutely not. Oh well. Another favorite of mine, like he wasn't from Imaginators, but he definitely was in it. Was this one like eagle guy that had wind guns? And in Imaginators, we had to like, fight off a bunch of vultures so that we could get his home back because they like invaded and occupied his home. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Oh, wow. A stream buffer in the year of our clown 2026? Unheard of. Never happened before. Nobody has ever heard of such a thing. Ah, boy, there we go. That one like Silent Hill ass like Winnie the Pooh game would be funny. Like where they just copied Silent Hill and made it Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. For next week, I'm going to take a picture and of like my copy of One Piece Volume 1, and I'm gonna use the picture of Kobe and Luffy in that one season where it's like, you can't become the king of the pirates, that's absurd, you're an idiot. And put that in here because I can't find a better reference for it than just like the high quality scan that I got in my official physical copy. Fun fact, Oda's also known for doing a lot of difficult head angles in One Piece. He's a really good artist, is the thing. I just remembered, I'm glad that Fetty Wap is out of prison now. He seems like he's doing so well right now. Like, he seems so happy to be out and performing again. I let me tell you though, I'm not that I haven't been that big a fan of him until somewhat recently. And so I don't know why he lost his eye. I could look it up, but frankly, I kind of don't care. Like it'd be interesting to learn. But like frankly, that doesn't affect my opinion of him as a person. Like he seems like a nice guy. And his music's pretty good. Alright. Here's just the regular ass fucking pair of jeans he's got on. Behold my modern denim jeans. Although, to be completely fair, One Piece has never been strict about any sort of timeline outside of, like, an internal universe. So, like, frankly, it doesn't matter. Of course he can have denim jeans. Like, denim jeans is not that big an issue considering Vegapunk exists. Don't get me wrong, I love Vegapunk. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. That's the end of that statement. I like Vegapunk. Rest in peace, but not really, because he's back in Pog form. Although he might be back in Pog form. We don't know. I mean, the remaining satellites are on Elbaf. Do you think the other stars, you know, the five elders, do you think that they are like, the Vegapunk satellites where they have to report back to Emu, and then Emu gains everything that they know, and maybe one's gonna betray them at some point? Also, don't mind that it's because I was stretching. Poppoko and I. And then Poppoko shading. The joy of this is that I can merge it all down into a few layers, and that's gonna be good. That's gonna be so good. That's gonna feel so nice once that's done. Let me get more water. Me getting water. And then, I don't know, 24? And no, let's do 32. 32 is a good size, yeah. And then here's Alvida. Alvida Zane. I've made that joke like many a time. Alvida sketches, however, come back. Okay, yeah, I'm on the correct layer. I don't know why I wouldn't be, but you'd be surprised. Wah, 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 wah. God, I'm imagining like an Avengers theme playing, and then it's the fake Straw Hats. Well, I guess the fake that also gives me confidence that the kid pirates are gonna come back again. Is because the fake Straw Hats are the fake kid pirates now. They will never stop with their scam, and I hope they keep going. I really hope they just keep going because that shit's funny as hell. I am a massive fan of them and their work. It is very funny. Identity theft is a joke, and I'm laughing. Oh boy. Oh, another set of games I would love to play is like the at least the first three Metal Gear games. Not Metal Gear, Metal Gear Solid games. I have to make that specification because the Metal Gear games are a bit different. Oh, and of course, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, the first trilogy. You know, all the PSD, all the ones that work for the PS1 and PS2. Yeah, that would be very cool. Ah, 64. Just to speed this up. I said 64, but I didn't. There we go. Wow. All right, there we are. That is golden. Ah. You know, this is nice. I'm glad they kind of look like normal people. It was like there are going to be some really fucking outlandish character designs later. They're going to get fucking insane. I just got an interesting shading idea. I'll have to wait until all the characters are actually put in though. And as you can see, it would have been a waste of time to draw the feet here anyways, because they're covered. They're covered, hee hee hoo hoo. Poppoko, Alvida, Kobe, and Luffy will be in this image. But as of now, only 4 of those are here. I think I'm gonna break formula a little bit once I get to, at least starting, Kobe and Luffy, next week. Is that I want to do them both together, cause, yeah, yeah, I want to do them together, because they're sort of a complete package in this scene. Hmm. And what I want to do for the interesting shading idea is to have the light be coming from Luffy. And like I think that'll be an interesting shading challenge. Like having a set of shading that's like still top down, but having that one be secondary to the one for like Luffy word and away from Luffy. There we go. Whop. Because I did a thing like that for a piece I did for thumbnail art for Far Cry 5. And I would like to do that again, where like there was some top-down shading, as is normal, and also on top of that, on the same figure, shading that meshed with a light source. Let me see if I can pop it up. Open. I saw you. I saw you. I can see you again. There you are. It's near the bottom, I think. This. God, I'm still happy with that. Yep, that's a sin. But like, see, there's oh, and I did the blending I did was real interesting on this too. But like, see, there's still the top-down shading and then stronger shading from the fire. And sort of doing like that. I think doing something like this again, but like have the light source be Luffy and also in front this time could be really cool. And then, you know, just sort of merging them together to get the final shading is gonna add a lot of interest. Why did it do that? Why did Kara make me do this? God, I am feeling very like I have a headache. I've been drinking plenty of water. You heard me. This is my second my second like 2-liter bottle of water if I do the conversions. And so, and I've had my coffee, so it's not that. So I think I just have a headache. Like, for the vast majority of times, a little bit of water will cure my headaches. Because like, usually they come from some form of dehydration. But this time, it's not. Although, you know, I am starting to come down with something, so maybe that too. Pardon if I am. Do you remember 21st night, September? Get rid of that. Or not get rid of, but like, make invisible. How do you remember? I'm going to turn on these layers again, actually, before I save. There we go. 10 out of 10? I'd say a solid 7 out of 10. Alrighty, there we go. And before we move on to doing some work on thumbnail art for when I do a stream to YouTube, I will be let me get a better color. BRB. Alrighty. Sit back, relax, enjoy the music, maybe get up, get a snack, get a drink, both of your choice. Stretch your legs. I will be back in but a moment. I'm gonna get water and snack myself. So I will return. You know, as my grandpa says, it's colder than a well digger's jammies. I'm back. Sorry it took so long. I also decided to get more coffee, and by decided to get more coffee, I mean my mom, put some leftover coffee from the pot into my cup, and so now I have coffee. It would have been a waste not to drink it. Now I have a sandwich. And it's yummy because I added mustard. I like a good mustard. Dijon's not my absolute favorite, but it's certainly not bad. That classic yellow mustard is also pretty good. That's what I have on my sandwich. Honey mustard is my favorite. That's because it ties like the sour of the mustard with some like sweetness from honey. That's like a thick, rich sweetness, not like that, you know, more processed stuff or like actual like cane sugar. Honey's a nice sweetener, and Oregon produces a lot of it, so we're not exactly wanting for honey. Absolutely delicious. Yummers. Oh man, I didn't know that Imaginators was ported to the Wii U. That's fun. Pardon me for the quiet. I'm enjoying the simple pleasures of a ham and cheese. There we go. Ah, ow, ah. I'm the burn stops up. It helps guy. Ah, oh my god. There we go. Okay. Oh, my forehead's really hot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sick. Hmm. Sandwich done. File open. Oh, desktop. I believe it's in Stream Bits, which is the folder I have for stream-related things. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's in my images file. Found it. There we are. I'm just gonna use this as reference. I'm not gonna use it wholesale. Man, I've improved. Like, this is still definitely quite good. Right, like, I am proud of this shading and everything. I can do better. Trophy. Oh, I forgot it's big. It doesn't need to be this big. This is a thumbnail image. It's not going to be a huge drawing, and it has to be intelligible from, like, there. Okay, and then I will grab... Oh, it might still be my screenshots, actually. Like, I don't know for sure, because I might have gotten rid of it in my many bouts of trying to remove bloat in my screenshots folder. It's not in there. I will have to take a new one. A new screenshot, that is. Wait, it's not Blackbeard. Is it Captain Hook? No, it is Blackbeard. Oh, this one has the watermark. I am happy to put in the watermark for this to give the actual artists credit. And by artists, it says Chris and Jen from jenandchris.deviantart. There we go. And that's in the original aspect ratio too, which will need to be shifted. It will need to be shifted and extended. Now screenshots. I said down. Down to the bottom. Insert as new layer. Chris and Jen. Jen and Chris DeviantArt. There it is. As you can see, it is very much like stretched out. That is fine. By the way, I think I'm gonna get off at 3. So what we're doing now is mostly setting the groundwork. Why I want to get off at 3, that's 3 my time, by the way, is simply because I have a headache. There we go. And like, yes, once again, it is stretched out, but that is not a bad thing. Now, this is genuinely one of my favorite, like, pieces of One Piece fan art. Like, the Blackbeard, like, doing cartography. Like, it is beautiful. It makes me feel things. Right? Like, this is an inspirational piece. I mean, that's why I already did my own copy of it. You know, that as one does. I already copied it, and I'm about to copy it again. Oh, boy. Read a documents. I'm gonna say this, One Piece Fan Art thumbnail. There we go. Alright. Oh, God. Alright, so there is this. Right? This is good. This is a great starting off point. I actually feel like I'm going to call it now. So I'm gonna go to my just chatting, and I'm going to do my ending read now. I've been Bajongles. You can find me over here on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. I'd much appreciate a follow. Speaking of follow, you can follow me over on Bluesky and Tumblr, both at BigBoyArt1, username Bajongles. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hi YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate you. And so with that, I will be back on Thursday to do whatever it is I do on Thursdays. I think it's more concept art. The final bout of concept art before I go deeper into the weeds is this week. And on Sunday we'll be back to playing Blasphemous 1. Resuming our pilgrimage. And so with that, it has been a wonderful time. I will catch you all on the flip-flop. Bye-bye!